This unusual weapon was one of Nazi Germany's attempts to change the course of World War II. The development of this weapon, along with some other programs, was intended to give Germany a technical advantage and turn the situation on the front in its favor. This weapon, a rifle attachment, was named Krummlauf, which means curved barrel in German. At first it was intended for German service rifle KAR-98K, but the project was later redirected to STG-44. The development project started in the beginning of 1943, while the situation on the Eastern Front was dramatically changing in the favor of the Soviets. Krummlauf was intended to solve two problems for German soldiers. For armored vehicle personnel, it would provide a way to shoot at enemy soldiers trying to approach the vehicle with explosives or incendiaries. The attachment could also be useful to infantry. It would allow soldiers to aim at angles without exposing themselves. That would be beneficial for soldiers both in trenches and urban combat. After initial testing, two variations emerged, one intended for armored vehicle use and one intended for infantry use. The tank variation, named Vorszatz P, was developed for tank destroyers. It was intended as a close defense weapon for guarding blind spots. The aim was to secure the tank and its crew from enemy infantry soldiers trying to use blind spots and attack with incendiary and explosive devices. This variation had a curve of 90 degrees, a periscope, and a hemispherical steel ball mount that would fit onto roof hatches of Panzer IV-A70A or Elephant tanks. The infantry variation, named Vorszatz J, was the one that was actually produced in many numbers. The attachment had a 30-degree bend, and it had a rifled barrel with the same bore diameter as the STG-44, contrary to earlier prototypes which had larger diameter barrels. It had a mirror periscope system with a rear iron sight inside and a front sight at the end of the bended barrel. The barrel had 2 rows of 5 holes on the sides, just before the curve intended for reducing gas pressure, therefore reducing the bullet velocity and wear on the barrel. The gases escaping from the holes were deflected from the optics with a triangular shield. The attachment was bulky and heavy, weighing about 2.5 kilograms or 5 pounds. For comparison, the Krummlauf weighed half of the STG-44 rifle itself, which had a mass of 5.2 kilograms or 11.5 pounds. The biggest drawback was a short lifetime because of the tremendous wear on the inside of the barrel. The bullets would often break while exiting the curve, making a shotgun effect. In the end, the project turned out to be a technical failure due to impracticality and short lifespan. There were also Soviet attempts at the curved barrel, inspired by captured Krummlauf. There was an attempt to make a 30-degree bent PPSH-41 submachine gun. The test showed unsatisfactory accuracy, and the project was terminated.
After World War II, the US military also experimented with curved barrels. There were attempts to develop a curved barrel for the M3A1 grease gun, inspired by Germany's Krummlauf attachment for the STG-44, but the project saw little real action.